Back into Fox Carolina Tailgate, joined back but with Patrick Sapp. All right, Florida State, Clemson. This is a big one, a rivalry, and for the first time in a long time, that script is flipped on this one with Florida State, that ranked team, coming in to this matchup. First time in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, this is the marbles right here. Everybody's picking Florida State to win the conference this year, have a chance to get the playoffs, but you have an opportunity. We talk about opportunities. Clemson, home game, noon, ABC. It is going to be a playoff-type crowd, going to be sold out. Everybody's watching this game. Everybody's interested to see, is Florida State really a top 4 team? And, hey, really, what is the talent status of what Clemson have in his locker room? And so, opportunity for Clemson.
And people can say what they want, and we know our friend Corey. I can just even be Corey here for you for a second. And that beating Clemson doesn't mean anything this year because they're not the Clemson of old. But that's just simply not true. When, I mean, you talk to anybody in the national landscape, this one still carries a ton of weight just because of the history and the animosity and the life between these two.
And we mentioned it about Georgia. Hey, until someone knocks them off that pedestal, they're still number one. Clemson's still on that pedestal. They're still the ACC champs. They're still a team to beat. They're still the program to top. And so you can best believe that coaching staff down in Tallahassee right now is looking at this as an opportunity to become that top dog in the ACC. So this is their litmus test. This is a test that they're waiting for. And, hey, you beat Clemson, you solidify saying, hey, they are a top 4 team, deserving of it. And if Clemson wins, you look at it and say, hey, this team made a ton of mistakes early in the season, but they have talent on that roster, and you still got to contend with Clemson.
And I think that's what interests me the most about this matchup is that the football landscape and all of the opportunity is really still ahead for Clemson. If they beat Florida State this week, the whole narrative changes on this season.
Yes, and that's the good thing about it. Hey, you have to play week to week. You have to win games. You have to win your conference games. And so here it is. Clemson still is in the driver's seat for where they can end up this season, and they're not even ranked right now. But you think about it. You beat Florida State, top 4 team. You continue to win out this season, win an ACC championship, and guess what? You're back in the playoffs. Right where you want to be. And so I don't know if that's going to be the case for Clemson this year, but for this game, you have to look at it as we have to win this game to remain those top dogs.
So speaking of conference wins, when you look at the South Carolina side of things, they're taking on Mississippi State this week. South Carolina in desperate need of a win and a conference win right here and now.
Yeah, I mean, 7:30 night game, William Bryce. It is going to be crazy. I think the fans, even though they lost to Georgia, but if you talk to the fans of South Carolina now.
Did that, rejuvenate them?
Yes.
I mean, it gave them confidence.
It feels like they won the game because, hey, we played with Georgia. And so I think you have that going into this game, that our program is changing. If you look at the wins they had last year, I mean, you have a lot to be excited about. Go to Athens, play a Georgia team. You play them well. You had opportunities in that game to win the game, but you didn't get it done. So now you get the home game against Mississippi State, which, hey, this year they're not the team that they've been in the past. So South Carolina should win this game. But are you riding off the high emotion of the Georgia game and you overlook this team a little bit?
And it was missed opportunities and mistakes of their own doing in Athens that led to that loss and leaving the door open for Georgia because they had an opportunity to put this away. A little bit more of an opportunity of a push there late in the first half. You go into the locker rooms feeling completely different. You kept Georgia from scoring a touchdown on their home field in the entire first half. Like, there was opportunities there. So are those issues within the ability of this football team, or was that you were playing the number 1 team in Athens and maybe that belief isn't there, right? Because good teams always believe they're going to win. And does South Carolina have that belief right now? Shane Beamer told me they do.
Well, I remain yet to be seen about really where they are as a team with the confidence, right? They should have it, but you lost some guys this year. You lost Jaheim Bell. You lost one of your guys, some dogs, on that offense. And so every year you have to reset your program, reset your team. And so the belief to win in Athens, I don't think they're there yet. I don't think that's the program that South Carolina is. Now, could they be there one day? Yes, I think Shane Beamer is a great coach to be able to do that. But it's going to take them a while to get on the status of Georgia. And to your other point is, Georgia's all about that swagger and that confidence because, hey, these guys have won championships.
They've earned it.
Yeah, and they have a program and they understand the talent that they have in that locker room. And I guarantee you at halftime, Kirby Smart told them, you're not playing Georgia football right now. You're not mentally into this game. You know, you're not physically into this game, and you could see it. And so you let South Carolina hang around, but they got to win. And sometimes, being those top programs, you're going to get everybody's best shot, so to speak, and you got to be ready every week.
Yeah, there's no doubt that South Carolina was up for that game. There's no doubt that they were ready and there for the moment, no matter how much it started raining on me in Athens. I mean, them in Athens.
Well, did you enjoy it at least?
Yeah, it was cool.
Did you enjoy between the hedges?
Cool. Yeah, you know, for the historic nature of it, the fan base was incredibly impressive. It was really cool. But I got to tell you that, especially being at Clemson and being at South Carolina, being at Williams-Brice, like Sandstorm, there like that, it gives you chills. It makes you, you know, as an like you, every athletic little blood cell that you have left in you, like gets beating. That fourth quarter in Clemson, there's nothing like, and I still to this day, nothing beats the tunnel walk at Nebraska. I think, you know, maybe if I went to Virginia Tech, I think that would be really cool. But like Nebraska tunnel walk, like I cry.
Still your top.
Oh my gosh, there's nothing like it.
Never experienced it, but I'll take your word.
There was no moment like that in Athens for me.
Yeah.
There was no moment that made me. It was great. It was really cool. Student section, very cool. But there was nothing that made me go, it's football. Like, I want to throw the pads on, which I've never had the interest in. But it was cool, and I'm really glad. Cool bucket list item, that's for sure. We have a little bit more to talk about when we come back after this break on the Fox Carolina Tailgate.